Okay, here we go. So, like I said, I tried to record something that gave you an idea of what was going on. So my bars here, this is Xpearl. Um, lets you kind of get an idea of what's going on. My target here, I use enable buffs and big buffs, which lets me see this big bit here and lets me count down how much I have left. This bar here is what they call AF dots, like affliction dots. It kind of gives you an idea of how much stuff you have instead of having to look down all the way down at the bottom of my screen. Um, Recount and all that other good jazz. These green bars and all this stuff, it's called Ice HUD. Same thing with my um, burning embers that I have down here. That lets me see if I'm kind of getting low on mana, getting low on health, how much embers I have right in the middle of my screen, so no matter where I move or go, it's right in the middle of my screen. So, all right, that's just the big thing. Oh, this down here, this is called sexy cooldown, and you'll see once I pop something that has a cooldown, you'll see it go. So, all right, so I got a trainee dummy here, and I figured I would show you the start of what I was doing. So on the beginning of a start, I'm down to just one ember. So I click on them, whatever we're going to fight. Countdown, I'll normally pre-pot. I'm not going to worry about doing that here. But like I said before, I have a trinket. This one's from the Shadow Pan that lets me click on use, increases my crit strike. And then I have just under the normal Dark Soul ability that increases my crit strike. With it, I do have two piece of the tier 15. When Dark Soul is active, Chaos Bolt and Shadow Burn consume 20% less embers. So it's kind of nice. If I have a full, I can probably, instead of 4, I can probably get off 5 Chaos Bolts instead of draining myself. But yeah, so here we go. I'll start. I'll pop these, put up Curse of Elements, and then like I said, I'll hit both conflagrates in a row. Luckily enough, they both critted. And I've got 6 seconds, or 2 more I can be doing. That clicking is me spamming buttons. As you can see, I've got 2.5 embers, almost 3 embers. Pop off a Chaos Bolt, and then refresh my Immolate. And that's my starter. Now, there's multiples here. I'm going to lay down Rain of Fire on them, and you can see my generation just fly off the roof. Hit Conflagrate, and that ends up giving me more of the backdrafts, which I will always use to do that. More Rain of Fire. Click on this guy. I'll hit Havoc, go back to my main target, and Chaos Bolt, which hits both of them, which gives me a nice jump in my DPS. Again, I hit Immolate twice because I'm retarded, but it hit Conflagrate, so I used 3 Incinerates in a row. Conflagrate's back up, hit it again, gives me my backdraft, 3 Immolates in a row, and I know I'm full up here. I need to lay Rain of Fire down and start spamming some Chaos Bolt. My Havoc is back up, so I'll click that guy, go back to my main target, and use my Incinerate. Use my Conflagrate again, so spam my Incinerates. And do Rain of Fire. And down here you can see I've got a couple seconds left on my Havoc. And that'll pop back up here on top of my screen, letting me know when it's up. And again, spamming some of this stuff. Oh, see it popped up. Click on this guy, Havoc. Click back on this guy, Chaos Bolt again. I had said something about tidy plates last night, and that's why you can see I've got extra stuff on here. So I can click on this guy, dot him up, dot this guy up, dot this guy up, and now I can see how long I have on my dots for those guys. So it's all about spinning the Chaos Bolts. I got Havoc up, and I didn't click back over, but I get plenty of embers to hit another Chaos Bolt on these guys. Get Rain of Fire going again. Immolate. I can pop my cooldowns back again. Span a little bit, and what we're really looking at is how long I've got on Dark Soul. So I know I can hit a Chaos Bolt here. It's got enough time that I can Havoc and get another Chaos Bolt without it eating up all my embers because of my 2 set. And hit both Conflagrates in a row because they were up, and that again, that gives me a bunch of backdrafts to do. Just kind of spamming that, hitting Rain of Fire whenever I can, watching my mana as much as I can. That was up. So hit my incinerators again. It's all just kind of rinse and repeat once you get it down. Getting real low on mana, so I'll take the time to Chaos Bolt a few times. My Havoc is back up, so I'll click on somebody else and use my Chaos Bolt. Rain of Fire again. Yep, now I'm back up to full mana pretty much. And I can start spamming my moves and going. So it's really not too much of a difference. Now for AoE fights, if all this was AoE, I'd be dropping my Rain of Fire, Fire and Brimstone, and I'll use my Fire and Brimstone Immolate, so they all get some sort of Immolate. Fire and Brimstone, my big guy there, and then just keep spamming. As long as I've got Embers, I'm going to keep spamming my AoE stuff. Yep, I'm good on Embers, keep going. And there we go. So, that's what I do. Well, it's not anything too complicated, but that's how I do it. And again, I try to keep haste around 10% or so. My crit's not all that fantastic, and mastery is 50%. But yeah, so that's what I got. So hope you enjoyed it and ask me questions.